everybody, it's Melissa. I wanted to show you very quickly how I pleat because I've been hearing that this is a challenge for you all making masks. Here is a finished mask, everything except for the stitching around the pleats. There are a couple different style of masks, well actually more than a couple, quite a few that are going around. This is the one that's being asked for by Cincinnati hospitals and quite a few other hospitals that has the pocket, get the pocket here with access for a nose wire. It also has a casing on the side for elastic. This particular one is lined with flannel, which I am not really doing anymore. This is another one that I made. It's lined with a thinner fabric. And this is a modified style that I like a little bit better for people who are asking for them. It is bigger than this one. It's a little bit wider. You can tell that it's like a good inch wider. I like the fact that the pleats are stacked and they lay smoother and tighter on the side than this one, which is bulkier. This casing's really bulky, and it doesn't lay as smooth and flat on the side. So I'm gonna show you, I'm making a ton of these today for people that have asked for them. I'm also doing some for the hospital that are their style. And I also am making ones that look like this, which fit over N95 masks that have the ties. This is the pattern designed by a nurse for a nurse. You can tell it's a lot bigger, bulkier. So this is another style I'm making. All right, so I want to show you how to make pleats. Let's do this. There's a couple different ways to do it. You can make a mask like this and pleat it yourself and then mark on a piece of paper. I'm gonna take all these pins out. I'm done. This is ready to be sewn, but I'm gonna undo it. You can unpin it where you've made your pleats, and you can mark on a piece of paper the size of the mask that you're making. Like this is sort of a reject. It's too small. Most of the ones I make are bigger like this. But you can mark where the pleats are on a piece of paper so that the next time you make it, all you have to do is take chalk and mark where your pleats are based on where the mark is on your pattern, okay? So this is one that's done. And when I'm ready to sew this, I will literally just stitch over those pleats. This is one that I'm gonna pin now and show you how to pin it. So take a look, I marked where the pleats are on this one. So, and usually you do mark it on each side. Let me mark it so you can kind of see it before I pin it. My goal is I want this finished mask to be about 3 inches wide here, between 2 3/4 and 3 to 3.5 inches wide. So I've pinched the pleats so that the final product will be that big. This is the top of my mask. I'm going to pull my tucks or my pleats up. So this is where I marked it. It's about 2 inches from the top of my mask. I'm going to pick it up, pinch it equally on both sides, and fold it on the line that I marked. If you don't have a line, eyeball it. And the way you can do this is after you pull it up and make the tuck, you can tell if they're the same size by folding it together like this. And I can see that those two are the same size. I'm going to repeat the process where my marks are here, pinch it with my fingers, and then fold it on that other line. Fold it up. And if you do this right, the nice thing about it, the way I did mine at least, is I'm staggering all of these tucks so that they are not laying on top of each other. This tuck ends where this one does. Otherwise, it gets very bulky. One more. Usually these have 3, so I'm creasing it where that line is, pulling up on the other line, and I'm going to pin. Now here's the cool thing about this. These don't have to be exact. They don't have to be perfect. Sorry, that was my timer going off. This is my house, so things are crazy. So I'm pinning that up. Now, it should look like this, something like this. I'm gonna measure this. Let's see how big it is. It is just about 3 on the nose, a tiny bit more. This one is a little bit less. So somewhere I got a little sloppy with my pinning, probably right here. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press these all down before I sew it. And be really careful if you're using elastic. These cheap elastics that come off Amazon melt really fast. I don't go anywhere near them with my iron. So just give it an iron like that, and then, or a press. I'm going to stitch over it now. So for my mask, I'll start stitching here to leave the nose open, go all the way down, stitch here, stitch up, stitch here, and then that'll leave this hole open to put a nose wire. I hope this helped you. Please let me know if you have any questions. It doesn't have to be perfect. These are not perfect, and just do your best. But I wanted to show you so you can at least get a visual. Okay, thanks. Bye.